Look, kids, safe energy for our future. Clean power brings prosperity and progress. A brighter world is here.
Nuclear energy promised unlimited power, but what the fuck happened?
It started with destruction. 1945, Hiroshima, Nagasaki. 1939, Einstein warns FDR of Nazi bomb potential. US builds first bomb in secret, 1945 Trinity test. Eisenhower, 1953.
I contribute just to energy. It wants agreements to reach the rule of law among nations.
1951, first electricity from nuclear in Idaho.
1957, first U.S. commercial plant powers Pittsburgh.
1960s boom, hundreds of reactors worldwide. Pros, zero CO2, reliable baseload power. 1 pellet equals 2,000 pounds coal energy.
Peak, 30% U.S. electricity from nuclear. 1973 oil crisis boosts nuclear push. 1979, 3 Mile Island partial meltdown.
No deaths, but public panic erupts.
Evacuate immediately! Follow emergency routes! This way! Keep moving!
1986, Chernobyl disaster in Ukraine. 400 times Hiroshima radiation released. 56 direct deaths, thousands from cancer. Europe contaminated, nuclear trust shattered. Germany phases out, US halts new builds. 2011, Fukushima hit by earthquake, tsunami. Meltdown, hydrogen blasts, no immediate deaths. 160,000 displaced, radiation leaks ocean. Japan shuts reactors, world reevaluates nuclear.
We must act now.
Regulations skyrocket costs post-accidents. Renewables cheaper, faster to build.
We won't let this happen here!
Public fear, not in my backyard, kills project. 1990s, dozens of plants shut down. From 20% peak to stagnant 19% today. 2015 Paris, nuclear seen as carbon-free hero.
A historic step for our planet.
Indeed. Tech giants sign nuclear power pacts. Google partners with Kairos Power, while Microsoft teams shift for sustainable tech.
Small modular reactors. Factory built, safer. Thorium fuel. Safer, abundant alternative. Fusion breakthrough. Unlimited clean power teas.
2024 Vocal, new reactors online after delays. 2026 Crane Center, reopens for data centers. China leads 56 reactors, US lags at 94.
EU labels nuclear green for investments.
Uranium prices soar with demand revival. Kazakhstan, Canada ramp up uranium output. Support jumps, 60% favor nuclear now.
Nuclear safest energy, fewer deaths than coal solar.
Waste manageable, fits in football field.
SMRs, passive cooling, meltdown proof.
Good morning. Across the United Kingdom, the day has dawned with a sharp, unmistakable chill in the air, a sudden reminder that winter can arrive in the blink of an eye. If you've stepped outside today, you've felt it. A sudden, biting cold has swept across the UK overnight. People everywhere are bundled up in thick coats, scarves and hats, their breath hanging in the frosty air as they hurry along the streets. Temperatures in some areas dropped by as much as 8 degrees Celsius in just a few hours, catching many off guard. The abrupt change has left people shivering, with many scrambling to find their warmest winter gear. Roads and pavements have turned into sheets of ice, making the morning commute and school run hazardous. Drivers are inching along and pedestrians are taking careful, tentative steps to avoid slipping. Car windscreens are frozen solid, requiring extra time and effort to scrape them clear before setting off. Even puddles have transformed into hidden patches of ice, waiting to catch out the unwary. The Met Office has issued widespread warnings for black ice, urging everyone to take extra care. Local councils are out gritting the roads, but conditions remain treacherous, especially on untreated surfaces. From the Scottish Highlands to London, thermostats are up and winter gear is out again. Families are layering up indoors, and heaters are working overtime to keep the chill at bay. Social media is buzzing with stories of slippery pavements and surprise at the cold snap. Photos and videos of icy streets and frosted windows are flooding timelines as people share their experiences and warnings with friends and neighbours. Today isn't just cold, it's a day of hidden dangers, demanding caution and a slower pace. Whether you're heading to work, school, or just out for a walk, take your time and stay safe as Britain faces this abrupt plunge into winter. What caused this dramatic freeze? A mass of Arctic air swept down after a weather front moved east, opening the door for polar temperatures. Clear skies overnight meant any warmth from the ground escaped quickly, a process called radiative cooling. The combination of Arctic air and rapid heat loss created the perfect conditions for temperatures to plummet. With little wind, the cold air settled at ground level, freezing roads and pavements. This wasn't just a random cold spell, but a classic example of how distant polar weather can shape our day. The cold snap hit the UK from north to south, but the severity varied. Edinburgh dropped from 6 degrees to -3 overnight, a 9-degree plunge, leaving the city frosted and icy. Manchester saw temperatures fall from 7 to -1, turning roads into skating rinks, especially outside the city centre. Even London wasn't spared, falling from 8 degrees to freezing, causing widespread black ice and travel disruption. The further north, the earlier and colder it got, but the entire country woke up to a real winter shock. From Scottish glens to London's suburbs, the nation faced a unified, if uneven, cold wake-up call. It's a vivid reminder of how quickly our weather can turn. Black ice is today's invisible threat, lurking quietly on roads and sidewalks when temperatures drop. Unlike snow or slush, it's almost impossible to spot with the naked eye, making it especially dangerous for anyone on the move. Despite its name, black ice isn't actually black. It's a thin, transparent glaze that forms over dark surfaces, blending in so perfectly that it's nearly undetectable until you're right on top of it. Black ice forms when moisture from rain, fog, or dew freezes rapidly, often overnight or in the early morning hours. The result is a slick, glassy layer that can cover roads, sidewalks, and driveways without warning. Drivers and pedestrians often don't realise they're on black ice until it's too late. A single misstep or a sudden turn of the wheel can lead to slips, falls, and serious accidents, sometimes with devastating consequences. Black ice is especially common on bridges, overpasses, and shaded areas, places that cool faster and stay icy longer than the rest of the road. These spots are notorious for catching people off guard. Even freshly gritted or salted roads aren't immune. If temperatures drop quickly, meltwater can refreeze, creating new patches of black ice that look just like wet pavement. For drivers, hitting black ice means instant loss of traction and control, often with no time to react. For pedestrians, it's a hidden slip hazard that can cause painful falls and injuries. The best defence is to assume any wet-looking surface in cold weather could be icy. Look for areas that seem shinier or smoother than the rest of the pavement. and always test your footing before committing your weight. Slow down, leave extra space between vehicles, and take small, careful steps when walking. Move deliberately and avoid sudden movements that could cause you to lose balance or control. Stay alert in shaded spots and on bridges where ice lingers long after the sun has melted it elsewhere. These areas are often the last to thaw and the first to freeze. Respect this invisible hazard. It's one of winter's most dangerous traits. By staying vigilant and cautious, you can help keep yourself and others safe from the hidden dangers of black ice. Beyond the sharp drop in temperature, the UK awoke to a landscape transformed overnight. Every surface, from the smallest blade of grass to the tallest tree, was coated in a thick, sparkling layer of hoarfrost. This crystalline frost clung to car windows, fences, and rooftops, turning familiar scenes into a winter wonderland. The air itself seemed to shimmer with cold, and the crunch of frost underfoot was the first sound of the morning for many. In the north and east, brief but intense snow flurries swept through, adding a fresh dusting of white to the already frosty scene. These flurries sometimes arrived suddenly, swirling around corners and across open fields, reducing visibility and making travel more difficult. Roads quickly became slushy and slippery, forcing drivers and pedestrians alike to move with extra caution. The Arctic air, sweeping down over the North Sea, picks up moisture as it travels. When this cold, damp air reaches the UK coastline, it releases its burden as sleet or snow, blanketing coastal towns and then pushing further inland. This process brings a raw, biting edge to the weather, making it feel even more wintry and unpredictable. Wind chill is a major factor today. While the thermometer might show 0 degrees, the reality is that it feels much colder. The wind whips through streets and open spaces, carrying away body heat and making every exposed inch of skin sting with cold. Even a short walk outside can feel like a challenge. The relentless wind strips away warmth, making outdoor conditions far harsher than the numbers suggest. It increases the risk of cold-related health issues, such as frostbite and hypothermia, especially for those who are unprepared or spend extended periods outside. The wind's force can even make it difficult to walk or keep scarves and hats in place. To stay safe, it's essential to dress in multiple layers, trapping warmth close to the body. Covering exposed skin with gloves, hats, and scarves is crucial to guard against the biting wind. Families bundle up before heading outdoors, making sure everyone is protected from the chill. The frost may look beautiful, sparkling in the morning light, but it hides real dangers beneath. Icy pavements and hidden patches of black ice can turn a simple walk into a hazardous journey. Even the most picturesque scenes can conceal slippery surfaces, so caution is needed with every step. Today's weather is a powerful reminder that winter is about more than just numbers on a thermometer. It's about the way cold transforms the world around us, demanding respect and preparation from everyone who ventures outside. This cold snap has disrupted daily life across the UK. Train delays, icy roads, and airport de-icing have made travel hazardous and slow. Local authorities can't treat every road, leaving many residential streets treacherous. The surge in heating demand strains the power grid, and rural areas risk power cuts from ice-damaged lines. Hospitals see more injuries from slips and falls, and cold air worsens respiratory conditions. Schools may close, businesses slow down, and even simple tasks like deliveries face delays. It's a stark reminder of how much we rely on stable weather for our routines. Staying safe starts with preparation. If you must drive, fully clear your windscreen and windows and drive slowly. Stopping distances are much longer on ice. Accelerate and brake gently, and be extra cautious on bridges and shaded roads. On foot, wear shoes with good grip, take small steps, and keep your hands free for balance. Use grit from local bins to treat paths outside your home. Keep your home warm and check your heating. Cold homes are a health risk, especially for the elderly. Prevent frozen pipes by keeping heating on low and knowing where your stopcock is. Dress in layers, cover your head and hands, and don't underestimate the wind chill. Simple precautions can make all the difference in avoiding accidents and staying healthy. In severe weather, community matters more than ever. Check on elderly or vulnerable neighbours, offer to pick up essentials or grit their paths. A quick call or knock can be a lifeline for someone isolated by the cold. Share weather updates and travel warnings, especially with those who may not have internet access. If you see a dangerous patch of ice, use grit if you can, and help neighbours struggling with icy drives. Small acts of kindness build resilient, caring communities. The cold may keep us indoors, but it's also a chance to strengthen our neighbourhood bonds. The message today is simple: caution, patience, and community spirit. Black ice and freezing temperatures demand we slow down and adjust our routines. Dress warmly, prepare your vehicle, and walk carefully. Assume any surface could be icy. Look out for neighbours, especially the elderly and vulnerable. A little help or a kind word can make a big difference on a day like this. Stay tuned to weather and travel updates, and don't take unnecessary risks. The cold will pass, but how we support each other will be remembered. Stay safe, stay warm, and let's get through this cold snap together.
Reduces oil-gas reliance on Russia-China.
Baseload complements intermittent renewables.
High upfront costs still barrier.
Government loans, tax credits help.
Training programs ramp up for revival.
The pace is picking up.
Definitely. U.S. partners with Canada, UK on fuel. 2024 ban boosts domestic mining.
2026, multiple SMR pilots launch. ITER 2025, first plasma test. NASA nuclear rockets for Mars. For climate, energy security, nuclear is key.
What do you think? Nuclear yes or no?